Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take fascinating source material, really dig into it, and pull out those crucial nuggets of knowledge, those insights that give you a shortcut to being truly well-informed. Today, we're plunging into something really unique. It's excerpts from a narrative account. Reads like this intense historical fantasy, full of political drama, magic.
Oh, yeah. It's a world where magic and revolution just completely collide.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack this rich material. We're exploring these complex dynamics between enemies, the surprising things they end up discovering about themselves, and just the really tough journey of trying to forge a new path when the world is completely fractured. Get ready for some unexpected twists and maybe a few aha moments along the way.
Absolutely. This deep dive, it really gives us a vivid case study of how deeply conflict can be ingrained, but also how even the most, let's say, determined adversaries can find their fate tangled up. Yeah. We'll be looking closely at the evolving relationship between two central figures here and what their choices mean for, well, everyone around them.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We start with Gideon Sharp. He is this formidable witch hunter, a revolutionary leader. Pretty infamous, actually.
Infamous for his role in the New Dawn, right? Where he killed two queens.
That's the one. And now we find him deep in enemy territory, Larkmont Palace. And he has one single deadly objective, Rune Winters. So what's his mission exactly and what's her whole deal?
Well, his mission is simple, kill Rune, but Rune. She's presented initially as maybe a bit of a shallow socialite. She's engaged to Prince Soren Nord.
Right. Seems straightforward.
But is not.
Yeah.
Turns out she's secretly this incredibly powerful witch, the Crimson Moth. And that engagement, it's pure strategy, calculated.
To get Soren's army.
Exactly. To secure his army for Cressida, who's this really formidable witch queen pulling the strings.
Okay, so lots of layers already. And Rune herself, she's dealing with internal stuff.
Oh, big time. The source shows she's grappling with grief over someone named Alex who died and this intense self-loathing because of the deceptive role she's playing. It's complex.
And then we get to this confrontation in a powder room, of all places.
Right. And this is where it gets really interesting. Gideon has her cornered mission objective right there.
You'd expect her to be the victim.
But she's not. She completely tunes the tables. It shows her true nature, how incredibly sharp she is. Which leads to the big question. Why does she save Gideon, her sworn enemy?
Yeah, why does she? He hesitates, doesn't he?
He does hesitate.
Yeah.
And Rune, quick as anything, figures out why. His hands are bound, magically. A binder spell.
Cast by
Ava, another witch, one allied with Cressida. So in this split-second, desperate moment, Rune does something she's never done. She grabs a gun.
And shoots Ava.
Frees Gideon from the spell. Her first time firing a gun, mind you.
Wow.
And it doesn't stop there. She immediately uses Ghostwalker, that's invisibility, and something called Witch's Armor. It's a protection spell she casts on their clothes.
Using his blood.
Using Gideon's blood, yeah. To help them both escape.
Mm.
It's this act of, pure necessity,
but
it forces the first tiny crack in that wall between them.
So this accidental alliance, it forces them together. Reluctantly.
Very reluctantly. They end up having a pose as Mr. and Mrs. Sharp.
On the Arcadia, a ship just for witches. Talk about pressure.
Exactly. High stakes doesn't even begin to cover it. And Rune's escape plan is, honestly, pretty brilliant. Super detailed. She even uses Prince Soren's luggage for Gideon's disguise.
Ah, okay, that's good.
And you feel the tension, right? They're in this tiny cabin, super close quarters. Then there's a police search on board.
Oh, no.
Rune uses an illusion spell, changes their appearance just enough. They barely scrape through.
So all this time, they're stuck together.
Right. And Gideon's watching her. He's forced to observe her closely. And he starts noticing things. The casting scars.
The telltale signs of magic use.
Undeniable proof. She is the Crimson Moth. And this shared danger, this kind of forced intimacy, it's where that initial hatred starts to change into something else.
Yeah.
Maybe something confusing for both of them. And what's really compelling, I think, is how those layers of deception start peeling back. Not just the cover story, but between them, personally.
Like that dinner conversation.
Exactly, that dinner conversation. It's a huge turning point. Rune, who's been so incredibly guarded, she just confesses something really vulnerable.
What does she say?
She admits that if Gideon had asked her before all this, before knowing who she really was, she probably would have married him, even knowing he was a witch hunter.
Whoa, why?
Because she was just desperately looking for genuine love, for acceptance, something real.
And Gideon, how does he react?
Surprisingly, he reciprocates. He admits he was intensely jealous of her flirting with Soren or other interactions. It's raw honesty.
And they talk about Alex, Gideon's brother.
Yeah. Turns out they both have this shared history, this shared grief over Alex's death. It affected them both deeply. And that shared vulnerability, that honesty, it creates this bond that goes way beyond just hunter and hunted.
It shows how, shared humanity can cut through even the deepest conflicts.
Precisely. It's a powerful moment.
Okay, but looming over all this personal drama is Cressida,
Yeah.
and her ambitions seem pretty dark.
Oh, incredibly dark. The source reveals this horrifying plot she has. She wants to resurrect her dead sisters, Elowen and Annalise,
Resurrect them. How?
through something called the Arcana spell. And it's seriously dark magic. It requires a life-for-a-life sacrifice.
What kind of sacrifice?
There has to be a close family member, a parent, a child, or a sibling of the one being resurrected. The cost is immense.
That's chilling. How do we find this out?
It comes out through this forced testimony. Aurelia the Sibyl, her daughter, Meadow, is being held hostage by Cressida's blood guard, forcing her to reveal these details.
And that's when we hear about the missing Roseblood heir.
Exactly. Aurelia reveals this secret. There's a missing heir. Someone crucial, absolutely central to Cressida's plan for using the Arcana spell. And connecting this back to Gideon, his commitment to stopping Cressida is just unwavering, even after he gets arrested himself.
Arrested? By whom?
By Noda Creed, the New Good commander. But then, in another twist, it's Noah's sister, Layla Creed, who actually steps in and frees Gideon.
So he's free, and his goal is still Cressida.
Absolutely. And this intense focus drives him to accept Rune's help in rescuing Meadow, Aurelia's daughter. It's an incredibly dangerous mission.
Rune uses her magic again.
Oh, yeah. She uses a beguile spell to manipulate guards, which is armor, again, for protection. She's incredibly skilled.
And Gideon's role?
He's right there with her, not passive at all. He's shielding Meadow, physically carrying her to safety, while Rune uses her magic to hold off their pursuers.
So they're really working together now.
It's more than just working together. It's this high-stakes mission saving a child's life. It solidifies.
She figures out the spell requires a living sacrifice.
She understands it perfectly in that awful moment. So she makes this just heartbreaking choice. She orchestrates her own death.
Ow!
She makes Gideon pull the trigger, forces him to shoot her, to effectively kill her, so she won't be a living sacrifice, breaking the spell's requirements.
Oh my God. That's devastating for Gideon.
Completely. And her last words to him, "I am so grateful, so lucky to have loved you. Come find me in the next world." It just breaks him.
But her act, it's sort of her ultimate move, isn't it? Taking control in the worst possible way.
Exactly. It's paradoxically this moment of ultimate agency. Definitely subverts expectations.
And just when it seems like it's all over, Seraphine steps up.
Right when things look bleakest.
Yeah.
Seraphine reveals she's not just Seraphine, she's wisdom.
An ancient.
An ancient. What does that mean?
The source explains she's this incredibly old, powerful being who was bound in human form for centuries, like as a penance for a mistake she made long ago.
And she confronts Cressida.
Oh yeah, her power is immense. She uses Rune's knife, the symbolism there, and just confronts and defeats Cressida decisively.
And that changes everything.
Instantly. The tide of battle turns. Other witches see Cressida fall, and they start defecting, turning against her.
And there's something about Gideon, too. Protective magic.
Incredibly, yes. Rune's sacrifice seems to create this protective ward around Gideon. Bullets literally bounce off him. It is a tangible sign of her lasting impact, even in apparent death. But thankfully, it's not the end for Rune. The story doesn't just end in sacrifice. She recovers.
She does. How?
We see her waking up on a ship. Juniper, who's become a solid ally, is tending to her.
And she finds out the truth about her lineage.
Yes. It's Seraphine, now fully revealed as wisdom, who explains everything. Rune is actually the fourth child of Queen Wanoa.
The Queen Cressida wanted to resurrect her sisters for.
The very same. Wisdom apparently stole Rune away as a baby centuries ago to protect her from that incredibly toxic royal family.
Wow. So her whole identity shifts again.
Completely. And this revelation, Rune's survival, it clears the way for Gideon's vision. He starts talking about a third path.
A third path.
A new way forward.
Yeah.
An equitable society. One where witches and non-witches can actually coexist as equals. And this vision, it starts to gain traction. People like Bart, Antonio, they embrace it.
So real hope emerging from all that darkness.
Built on sacrifice, yes, but also on this radical redefinition of identity and possibility.
Which leads to the big question, really. After all that conflict, the betrayals, the trauma, can they actually build something new? A truly just society. And what about Gideon and Rune?
It's the central challenge, isn't it? We see glimpses of it. There's a celebratory party at Bart's house. It's a really heartwarming scene.
Former enemies are there.
Yeah, people like Harrow, Juniper, they're starting to find common ground. You get this palpable sense of a new community forming, like the world we want to forge already exists right there in those small moments of connection.
But it's not all smooth sailing for Gideon and Rune, personally.
Definitely not. Their dynamic is still intense. Tender moments, yes, but also sharp arguments. Rune even calls Gideon a coward at one point, maybe because his commitment to this difficult path is so absolute, almost frightening.
It highlights that building peace is messy, right? It's constant work, even for the people leading it.
Exactly. It's not a fairy tale ending. It's the beginning of something hard but worthwhile. And if you look at the bigger picture, the ultimate symbol of their commitment and the commitment to this new world is their marriage.
Gideon and Rune actually get married.
They do. It's not just personal, though. It's a powerful political statement about the future they're trying to build.
When and where does this happen?
About 3 months later, at Wintersea House, which is Rune's ancestral home, it's become a central place for this new government they're forming. Antonio officiates, kind of weaving their histories together.
And the vows. Any symbolism there?
Huge symbolism, no rings. Instead, they seal their vows with wedding scars, spells, Rune casts truth spells, binding spells. It represents this deep, honest bond forged through everything they endured.
Wow, scars instead of rings.
Yeah. And Rune steps up politically, too. She becomes an elected official in the new House of Commons. Get this. 6 seats are held by witches, 7 by non-witches.
A real attempt at balance.
A nascent balance of power, exactly. And the whole narrative, it really challenges you, the listener, to think about what it really takes to build an inclusive society.
Yeah.
It's not just winning the fight.
It's changing the relationships, changing the system.
One incredibly difficult step at a time.
So the final thought, the powerful idea this deep dive leaves us with, it really is about the strength of that shared vision and maybe transformative love.
Yeah. Despite starting as absolute enemies, despite their huge differences, all the trials, they chose to build something new together.
It's a potent reminder that even the deepest divisions, maybe they can be bridged if the commitment is there. What an incredible journey, huh? Through such a complex world. This deep dive, it really shows us that true transformation, it often sparks from the most unlikely alliances.
And from the courage to face your deepest fears, your own prejudices.
Ow.
We've really seen how individual choices can have these massive ripple effects, haven't we? How identity can be a burden, but also a source of power. And how chasing justice can lead you down paths you never, ever expected. The capacity for change, real change, even in systems and relationships that seem totally stuck. That's a powerful takeaway here.
Definitely. So as you think about Gideon and Rune's story, maybe ask yourself, what alliances, maybe unexpected ones, maybe challenging ones, might be waiting out there to transform your world? Until next time, keep digging deeper.